What's up, lawn crew? It's 7:30 in the morning. I got my coffee mug. And it's a bright, beautiful, sunny day. High of 79 today. I'm in the garage, just getting started. Today is the day. Today is August 17th, second weekend of August. Perfect time for seeding and renovation in the lawn. I'm gonna show you what we're gonna be doing today. Couldn't ask for better weather. We've had rain yesterday, so the ground should be nice and wet. And today is mild temperatures and bright and sunny. Perfect for what we're gonna be doing today. So if you remember from my recent videos, I was going nuclear on some weeds and put some glyphosate on some nasty stuff that the tenacity didn't get rid of, so everything's looking pretty ugly right now, even after all the rain we had, which really perked up the green stuff that is left. So things are looking pretty good if you avoid eye contact with the dead spots. Anyway, regardless, this is all getting overseeded today anyway. My plan today, I'm going to mow low, and when I say mow low, I'm slamming the mower to the ground down to its lowest notch, which I think is a ½ inch, maybe an inch. I mowed this pretty low last time, but I'm going to take the rest of it off down to as low as it'll go. Try to expose the dirt as much as possible. Once that's done, I'm picking up an aerator this morning. So I'm renting the largest aerator that they have, which is a split tine one, which supposedly makes it easier for driving. I'm going to do a double pass on everything, pull up as many cores as possible to try to aerate the lawn really well. Then I'm going to be dethatching, just to expose the soil even more. And not just dethatch, but I got a new dethatcher from Amazon. It was a Prime Day special at $87. I got a killer deal on it, I'll show you. It's in the garage here, I haven't even opened the box yet. This is a Sunjoe Scarifier and Dethatcher. So, the Scarifier is what we're going to use today, and that's basically sort of like a slit seeder, I guess, in that it's going to cut a bunch of slits down into the soil with vertical tines that kind of carve the grass out. So we're going to use that. And then it's time for seed down. And the seed's going to go down with my drop spreader. Nah, we'll use the rotary. And then I'm going to be putting all my sprinklers out. And I did a couple videos on some irrigation before. This is just one of the sprinklers that I used last time. And I got my hose end timer here that we're going to be hooking that up. We're going to have 4 different hose zones going out for each of these, and as a bonus, I did get some new sprinklers in the mail from sprinklerwarehouse.com. These are MP rotators. So they actually have, these are MP 2000 nozzles, which are rated for 13 to 21 feet. I'm putting that along the side of my fence, which I'll show you later. Screwed onto a spike like this. So I'll show you how to do that as well. Stick around, guys, it's going to be a busy day today. I'm going to be doing a lot of time-lapse videos of this whole process, and it's going to be a really strenuous day with lots of work. hydraulic aerator. The other one I was going to rent did have a weight in front, but this one does not because it was much easier to get in the car. It's got front drive, Kawasaki commercial engine. It's got extra weights that you can put back here. Huge weight. Helps keep the tines engaged in the ground. I did one pass so far. Here's the cores that we're pulling out. They're about a ½ inch deep or so. You can kind of see it's working pretty good. It's very hard to turn this thing, so what I found is if you keep the drive engaged going forward, turn fast, and just push it as it's turning, and it kind of goes along. So have the drive engaged as you're turning. Otherwise, if you try to turn when it's stopped, it's not going to move because the tines are down in the dirt. This is how you engage. Just push this bar down. It pushes the tines down, and this is the go bar. Looks like it goes in reverse too by going back like this, which I just found out. So it's kind of hard to control, but you know, once it's going in a straight line, it's super easy. It's just like walking a lawnmower. So I'm gonna keep doing this. I got a lot to go. I'm glad I got this one instead of the other one. Still have a little bit of aeration to do. This takes a lot out of you. I am out of breath and sweating like crazy. It's working pretty good. Man, turning this thing is just a pain. I should have got the one with the split tines so you'd have a left and right control, but that would have been hard to roll up into the back of a truck. So this is what it's looking like so far. I'm gonna make one more pass on this. Even with the ½ inch rain we got last night, I'm not digging up more than ½ inch cores, but they're crumbling good. I'm getting that soil up. You know, that's up to my almost second knuckle, so what is that, like maybe an inch in some areas. Lawn's looking like crap right now with all the grass that I scalped. I'm gonna blow that away with my blower after I dethatch everything, which that's coming up after I'm done with this beast. Dethatching, the idea is that it's going to break up these cores. So it's going to take these and with the scarifier attachment, just run over it and crush it, break it up, just to bring a lot of the soil to the surface. Now some areas, I got much deeper cores than others. This is that deep. So, you know, it's softer here. It's kind of shaded by the side of the house. That's pretty much all there is to aeration, just going back and forth. I've been at it for maybe a ½ hour, and I did 4,000 or 5,000 square feet, so not too bad. I've got it rented for another 3 hours or so. I'm gonna do the backyard as well, even though we're not seeding that today. And I gotta do this section here, which is gonna be a pain without a lot of room to turn around. I'm gonna keep it going. And then we're gonna do aeration next, which may or may not happen today, depending on how much energy I have. Alright, I took a break from the aerator, and I forgot to mention one other thing that I was going to do. I've got a couple low spots that I marked out in the yard. I got some topsoil mixed with like peat and sphagnum moss, some cheap topsoil, and some leveling sand. I'm mixing it all into my wheelbarrow here. I'm going to dump it into some low spots just to try to prevent some scalping of areas that I noticed when I'm mowing super low last time. So I did pick up just a little bit of topsoil. I'm going to use my yard rake up here to try to level it as best I can, and hopefully that'll give a little bit better seed to soil contact in those areas as well. So I'm going to get that over to where it needs to be. Alright, step one complete. Aeration is finished. I leveled all my spots here with my sand dirt mix. It's all dried out now. It's a little lumpy, but I'm going to hit this with the de-thatcher / scarifier here in a little bit and hopefully break up some of those clumps, which that is the idea about breaking up these cores, hopefully running it over and just exposing the dirt even more. Once that's done, I'm going to take my blower and try to blow all this loose grass and everything out of here. I'm going to kick up a lot more of this with the de-thatchers, so that's what's going to happen next year, which I'm going to split this into a 2-part video so it's not too long. So, as I've said before, you got to make it ugly before you make it look good again, which right now it is very ugly with all these cores everywhere, a lot of dirt. But I went over the front yard probably 3 or 4 times, backyard at least twice. Fenced in section I only did 1 pass, but I'm not overseeing that area, so I didn't care too much. So this is what it's looking like right now after today's efforts. It took me about 3 hours to do 6,000 square feet plus, well, it took me, I would say 2.5 hours to do 6,000 square feet, and then 4,400 in the fenced in backyard. Took me another 45 minutes maybe, plus that little strip which I'm not seeding today. So this is where we're at. If you found this video useful or interesting, hit subscribe. I'd really appreciate it, guys. If you got any questions, leave a comment below.